Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Ashlyn. The subject is letters of recommendation.
Hi, Ben and Nathan. I have received 3 letters of recommendation that I'm considering for my applications. One from a professor, one from my boss. I work as a paralegal. And a third from my physical therapist, who I have worked with for many years. I am certain about using the letters from my professor and boss, but unsure about the one from my physical therapist. His letter would speak to my character, dedication, and other personal qualities outside of a school or work setting, and it also aligns with a major incident I mentioned in my personal statement. While I'm confident his letter is positive, I'm unsure if it's appropriate to include a recommendation from someone outside of a work or academic setting. Do you think it would be beneficial to include his letter, or should I stick with the ones from my boss and professor? I feel pretty strongly about this one. I bet you do too.
I am distracted by the personal statement incident.
I feel the same. Starting with the letter of recommendation question specifically,
Yeah, I would not include it.
I would say absolutely not. I think it needs to be a professor or a boss, maybe a coworker. If you're self-employed, it could certainly be a client because a client is a boss. But beyond those narrow ranges, I think it's wildly inappropriate to include a letter of recommendation from someone who wasn't grading you or hiring and firing you.
Well, really, you hired them.
Yeah, you pay your physical therapist. So you're going to include, that's your customer. Or sorry, you're their customer.
Yeah.
That would seem like a very bad error in judgment to include a letter from your personal statement. I can imagine the admissions committees, like, when they go on the road for like the LSAC fairs and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they go to dinners and happy hours and stuff with each other.
They could share that one, maybe.
That seems like a war story. That seems like hey, somebody submitted a letter of recommendation from their physical therapist. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It just seems like a wild mistake. But let's go a bit deeper here with this personal statement issue. What type of thing do you think Ashlyn is probably talking about here?
So Ashlyn was maybe in a car accident.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Something like that. Could have been rock climbing, could have been whatever, but Ashlyn got physically fucked up somehow, and now she's been in physical therapy.
And
It's been a long road.
Yeah. She's writing a personal statement about how the accident or incident changed her life. I don't know. These things can go in wonky directions.
And she has such an obviously better direction to go.
I am a paralegal and I work my ass off and I get a lot of shit done.
Yeah. I think Ashlyn probably needs to go back to the drawing board on her personal statement. I just can't imagine a good personal statement that emphasizes the fact that you were physically harmed. It's just not a point in your favor. I don't know why so many applicants think that they're supposed to write about trauma in their personal statement.
Yeah.
I would rather you present yourself as somebody who's going to be a solid law student and solid working lawyer, not somebody who's telling strangers about illnesses and ailments and bad shit.
Yeah.
Addictions and childhood traumas. And, the more of that you bring, it's just like you're bringing, it has the potential to be a red flag when you're bringing various trauma and drama to the table. And I think you should be presenting yourself as somebody who has a good LSAT, a good GPA, a good resume. You know what you're getting yourself into. You've got a letter of recommendation from a professor where you got an A and a boss where you kicked ass at your job. And then your personal statement is all about how much you love and kick ass at your job.
Yep.
Anything more for Ashlyn?
No.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.